Have you ever accidentally achieved anything? Let me tell you. So first news about the little progress we made. During the last video, I had mentioned that we have 10 subscribers on YouTube. Thankfully, the number has gone up to 15. And on Instagram, from 150 subscribers, we are up to 175. That's the progress, and that's the positive. Now, so we march on in August. Pardon me for that, PJ, but I just couldn't resist myself from cracking that. Yes, we are sitting in August. So why did and how did I start writing? So now there is an interesting story behind it. Let me tell you. Back in the college, I always had only one ambition, and that ambition was to join Indian Army. Because I come from army background, father was in army, my grandpa was in army, so it's a family tradition. तो कभी सोचा नहीं कि उसके अलावा जिंदगी में कुछ और करेंगे. So the only goal was, and nor was I so intelligent that I could do anything else. Even I believed it. So during the college days, I gave the SSB. So I gave the written, I cleared it, went for the SSB, and I flunked it. Gave the written again. So the first time was Bangalore. Second time again I attempted. I cleared the written and went for the SSB. This was in Allahabad. I'm talking way back around somewhere around 1999, I guess. 98, 99. So went for the SSB. Now what happens is when you report at the SSB center, when the assessment starts, there is another written which you have to take. Now essentially this is your, psychometric profiling. They ask you a lot of questions. So after you have gone through around 50, 60 questions, you come to a PPT, which is a picture perception test. Now what happens in that picture perception test is they show you a couple of pictures. Now it could be any surrounding. For example, it could be a roadside. They may show you a tree. They may show you a couple of children playing beneath it, a couple of birds or it could be scene of an accident. There's been a collision, you have been injured, you see some blood on somebody's forehead. And now what you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to write a story on that. Now, I had already flunked the first SSB, and this was the second attempt. And I knew the objective behind that assessment. The assessment is that whatever story you create, doing so you would bring out your internal real you, and whatever answers you have given before that question, they'll be able to tally it and say the personality match, does it not, so on and so forth. Now, I knew that whatever that story I'll create, it'll have to be something which will show me in a positive light. Show me that I have OLQ, which is officer-like qualities. It could be you're doing something to save someone, putting yourself in risk, all those things. And I wrote that story. And believe you me, when I was writing that story, I knew what a disaster it was going to be. And it proved right. I failed the second SSB. Then I attempted the third SSB. And this was the only one question which I had dreaded, writing a story. But this time I had gone prepared. I had studied a little bit of the craft behind story writing, how there has to be a hero, he must want something, there must be something which is stopping him from doing it. There has to be a question about making choices where a hero needs to decide between path A or path B. So this time I was prepared and I wrote that story. Thankfully, I cleared that SSB. That's a different story, that I got a permanent rejection due to certain medical condition and I couldn't join army. So this is how I started. Purely by accident. I used to read a lot. So reading was one thing which I was always passionate about. That's how my writing journey started. I wrote a couple of short stories, never got published. And today, when I have finally published my book, which is a historical fiction, Bleeeding Crown, I'm so happy for that accidental assessment which came my way. Had that not happened, I never would have even tried to learn the craft, right? And I'm not saying that I'm the master of that craft. I have learned some bits of it, and I'll continue improving up. This is how sometimes life pushes you towards your real path. Small nudges and destiny puts you where you're headed. And as I say in this book as well, you can't fight destiny. You can't run from it. तो छोटी छोटी कहानियां हैं जो जिंदगी में होती रहती हैं और कहीं ना कहीं आपके एक बिगर पिक्चर है पर हम हमेशा कहते हैं ना कि no bigger storyteller than him. He writes stories for everyone. So this was the little update from my side. Hopefully next time when we meet, we have a little more subscribers both here and on Insta and on Facebook. And I intend to continue talking about the books which I'm reading, the work which I'm doing. We may bring in some guests from the field as well. We might do some podcasts there. So idea is to build a community which thrives on newer ideas, newer stories, and let's see from there where this journey takes us. Hope you like this small video. If you did, please subscribe if you're new to the channel, because you know very well we started from 10, we are at 15, and now we need to get to 50 soon. See you soon on the other side. Take care. Bye-bye.